All right, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And in this video, I want to talk about having Lilith in your first house. This is a video talking about Lilith in astrology and what it means in the personality. So I kind of want to go through and talk about how Lilith really plays out in different placements. So having your Lilith in the first house, you're literally Lilith embodied, like you are Lilith with this placement because it's in your first house of the things that people see the most of and like the things that make you the most you. Because when you talk about first house, we're talking about our recurring thoughts, our recurring feelings, our beliefs about ourselves, our programming from when we were younger, our experiences that shape who we are today. So when you have Lilith in the first house, Lilith is shaping your experience and how you move throughout the world. So that means that you've probably experienced a lot of rejection and just a lot of feeling very wrong, just like inherently feeling that you're wrong. And this must be a really hard placement to have because you kind of feel like you're just wrong just for simple things that you do, like just even your movements, your mannerisms, the things you're interested in. It can be all these things. And it could very well be that your parents also made you feel like you're weird or different growing up. Because the one thing about this having Lilith here is that if you have 4th house and 10th house placements, there's a good chance that you have something squaring this Lilith. And if you have a square coming from the 4th house or the 10th house, that means that like your family or your home life basically wasn't really a safe place. They didn't encourage your individuality, because when you have something from the 1st house squaring the 4th house, it's always like your individuality is being tested. There's friction. There's always like a tense energy. So it could either be coming from society, which would be the 10th house, or from your actual family and people close to you, which would be the 4th house. Or you could have opposition to the 7th house, where you're always moving the way you want to move, and then people in your life tell you that you're wrong, or you're feeling a certain way, and like people will tell you that you're wrong about that, or like you're not, like it doesn't, like you're not making any sense, or like your gut feelings, your intuition is not correct. So there's a lot of that with this placement. And people can put their shit on you, basically. Like people can project things onto you that aren't yours or don't belong to you to begin with. It can feel very lonely. And one thing I notice about people who have this placement is that they always jump ship before you can really get too close to them. I've kind of noticed that, like they usually, or if they don't do that, then they'll kind of like do the opposite, where they get really clingy or really controlling of you, and they kind of go overboard. These people, they're very hard to get close to and to get to know, because Lilith, like when she's feeling rejected and she's feeling not accepted for herself, she pretty much withdraws her energy. She recoils, like she goes back into this place that's like not even able to be reached. And it's very sad, because I can see this happening a lot with someone who has this placement, is that they kind of just distance themselves from everyone else. They put everyone else at arm's length, and they didn't do that to themselves at first, though. It was done to them by other people. So now they just have learned that I'm over here and everyone else is over here. Especially like if you have, I feel like if you have Lilith in the air sign, this would be even more so true, especially like Gemini or Aquarius, like Lilith in Aquarius or Gemini in the 1st house. It's already very unfeeling. So I would feel like these people just automatically put others at arm's length. And the powerless, basically like the powerless, what am I trying to say? Expression of this energy would just be saying that you're too much, and that basically that you can't trust yourself. That's the main thing with this, because with this placement, people will make you seem like you can't trust your own judgment and your own feelings, and that could be further from the truth. Having this placement, I feel like getting your power back with this placement is going to take a lot of alone time, being by yourself, or being with people who you can be 100% yourself with, and 100% like no filter around them, and be around those people to rebuild your Lilith energy. And like you're going to need to surround yourself with, honestly, other Lilith people, like a lot of raw feminine energy. And if you can't surround yourself with this through people, then you can find it in music. You can find it by going out into nature by yourself. You're going to have to seek Lilith out and like use her to use the energy of Lilith to help heal Lilith in yourself, essentially, like reconnect with Lilith outside of yourself, if that makes sense. Yeah, with this placement, it can really feel like you against the world, like you're literally against the world. And that makes sense because feminine energy in the society today is like the most suppressed thing. It's the most suppressed thing in the world in general. And like Lilith energy is already, it's known as, even if you say the word Lilith, like people are going to say like, oh, that's the demon that was from the Bible, or that was a woman that didn't know how to listen, or that was whatever. There's all these preconceived ideas about who Lilith really was and what she stood for. And so that kind of plays out in your life too, because people have all these preconceived notions and ideas of you without even getting to know you. And you trigger something deep in a lot of people. You trigger a very visceral response, because Lilith is very, I feel like she's very physical. She's always in movement, and it's a very strong current. So you kind of hit people sometimes, and it's a very polarizing effect. Like people either love you or they hate you with this placement. And if you hadn't known about astrology, say, like, you might just think that you were just weird, or you're just like way too much, or something was literally wrong with you. And I know this because before I found astrology, I thought like something was just wrong with me. And then I realized like, no, these are just literally the planets expressing themselves through me. And it's up to me and it's up to you to actually make that a creative and healthy expression, because Lilith is not an easy energy to work with by any means. And we all battle Lilith somewhere, but yours is just like happens to be on the forefront because you have it in your first house. So really, I feel like people are scared of you. They're scared because they see something in themselves, or no, they see something in you that they fear in themselves, and they don't know what to do with that. And people fear something. When people fear something, they just automatically hate it instead of questioning or like going deeper into it. They just automatically like shut down. They hate it. So that's why people have a strong reaction to you, not because anything's wrong with you. On the contrary, people who have Lilith in this house, people who have it in this house, I found, are very fun to be around. Just that's just like my opinion. Like, I think they're fun to be around. Hang out with someone with heavy Lilith placements or Lilith in the first house. It's like you never know what you're gonna get. Every time you hang out with them, it's something different, and they're very spontaneous and flowing, and they could really be down for anything because they kind of just go with what they feel. And like, they're usually very interesting people, very easy to catch people's attention, very captivating. There's something about their personality that it draws you in. And then a lot of people, once they're drawn in, because a lot of people are actually very attracted to you if you have this placement. But the thing is, a lot of people, they can't handle it once they actually get up close and they actually start to like be around you in your energy. They can't handle the Lilith energy like as it plays out in your life or in your relationship with them. So that's like another thing. That's why these people they struggle to maintain like friendships. When I think about it, like all the Lilith people that I've actually crossed paths with or been friends with, they actually don't keep friends for too long. They don't really have anyone in their life for too long. Maybe some, like a few people, but I noticed that a lot of people come and go throughout their life. And maybe that's a coincidence, but that's the pattern I've noticed with these people. So, and that could be a lot with just having to do with, the fact that it's a very just potent energy. So yeah, I think that's all I have for this house. Yeah, honestly, since it's in your first house, I would also like read up on Lilith and just working with her, because once you do that, it'll bring out more aspects of your personality. Like, it's like almost like unlocking a part of your personality, because whenever we work with planets that are in the first house, we're literally working on the core of who we are and like how we approach things in life, and also the lens through which we see the world, which is huge because your perception is everything. So if you go through life thinking that you're just weird, or like people just automatically don't like you, you're going to ruin so much of the gift of having Lilith here, especially because it's such a strong, and like it can be such a beautiful thing too. Once you realize that the people that do act weird towards you, that reflects more on them than it does on you. And also that you're meant to basically bring out the best traits of Lilith and show people that feminine energy is powerful. When you think about Lilith as in terms of it being feminine, and if you're a male or a man watching this, it's more so your personality is going to have this very raw edge, because there's a Lilith, like the aspect of Lilith that's feminine is like her rawness and her edginess and her rebellion, and it's just very reckless, and it's a very reckless energy. So that's going to play out in your energy as a man. But yeah, I think that's all I want to say for Lilith here. I love you guys, and hope you guys can actually like just, you know, write amongst yourselves in the comments about your experiences, so you can help each other in this community, you know, deal with the issues we're having. Because if there's one thing astrology has taught me, is like, we're not alone. Like, hey guys, sorry, my video got cut off at the end, and then like I re-recorded the end of it, but my mic wasn't plugged in. But I just was basically just saying that there's nothing that you haven't experienced that someone else hasn't also gone through. And that's one thing astrology illuminates, is that we all share a range of similar experiences, and we all feel the same things because we're all made of the same things, and nothing shows you that better than astrology. So when you guys are like sharing your experiences in the comments, it sparks something in me, and it just makes me so excited, because they're learning that we're all connected through these archetypal energies and through these universal energies. So yeah, I love that for us. But also, I wanted to announce that I am going to start offering birth chart readings, and this is something I wanted to do for a while. And someone had mentioned it or asked me the other day if I did them, and my answer was like, embarrassingly to myself, no, because it's something I want to do for a while. And I kind of wanted to wait till I had posted more content on here. But I figured like I might as well just start now. So yeah, anyone who resonates with my channel or is interested in a birth chart reading, that's now going to be linked in my bio and also linked below. So I'm really excited for that. I want to go into this new year just being confident in myself and believing in my abilities. And I want the same for you guys. That's one thing I want to always promote on this channel, because that's the message I have behind why I do these videos. And I'm trying to lean into that more, of not just talking about the placements, but also talking about how you take your power back, and like how you can also lose your power throughout any of these, any placement, any sign or whatever, is getting our power back and getting in alignment. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.